Alright, so what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the video and welcome to our first NASCAR Heat 5 as our NASCAR Heat 5 season has been started here today with a huge announcement from 704 Games. I'll get into that a little bit, but they released this trailer that you're seeing right now and I'm just going to really quickly show that to you guys, so I'll let it play through and then I'll get through some of the details that have also been released.
Cage of cold metal with hot rubber at the corners, a chariot of thundering fury. The difference between you and your rivals isn't just the war paint traded in battle, it's more. Refuse to lose. NASCAR Heat 5.
So a little bit different of an opening trailer than we're used to. Usually it goes through and like shows the different features and stuff, but here it just has a voiceover of Ken Squire just, saying some cool stuff, but you always like it. Anyways, but pretty interesting kind of trailer, but didn't actually reveal any gameplay and stuff, just really just showed off the 18, 4, and 9. We'll get to the release date and covers in just a moment, but I want to go through some of the features that NASCAR has put on their website. Advertising the game. Obviously, the first one that really kind of stood out to me was the multiplayer challenge mode. It's a brand new challenge mode that offers race. I mean, obviously it's already been there, but they've now made it online, so that'll be kind of interesting to see how they tangle that together. And you already know I'll be making videos on the NASCAR Heat 5 challenges mode. Another big thing, they added track testing now, so you can now test the track without having to worry about practice, because at practice you got to worry about all these different cars on the track and stuff like that. So now you can just test the car by itself if you need to practice for a league or something like that. So that's a good addition there. But besides that, they haven't really released. I also want to point out that they're not like on their website, but whenever I looked at the IGN article and another article, they're advertising new multiplayer, like saying that 40 player multiplayer is like new or something like that, which was new in like NASCAR Heat Evolution. So it's been here since NASCAR Heat Evolution, so I'm not sure why IGN and I forget what the other website was, but are advertising it like it's a brand new special thing that it's been there. And they also were advertising new split screen multiplayer, which again is something that we know has been in the game. I've never used it, but it's been in the game since NASCAR Heat 2. So I'm not sure why they're doing that, but they are. But I found that kind of interesting. But besides that, there hasn't been anything new really released here. Obviously, like I said, the new testing mode and the new multiplayer challenge mode, which are two very interesting things that I'm excited to play around with in NASCAR Heat 5. Also, there were some screenshots. I don't have them, but there were some screenshots on the website. They look very similar to NASCAR Heat 4, but if you notice on one of them, they're at a super speedway, and it doesn't look like they have the super speedway spoilers. So I guess that's kind of sad, but I don't really care. But the screenshots didn't look very different from NASCAR Heat 4, but I'm not really looking too much into that because it's not gameplay, it's screenshots. You can't tell how the game actually feels, and graphics aren't really that big of a deal breaker to me, so I'm not too worried about it. But there were some screenshots, and they looked pretty similar to NASCAR Heat 4, at least to me. There's black on the sides, and they're not like completely distorted, so I'm sorry if that offends you, but I don't think you wanted to see them very distorted. But they also announced that Tony Stewart would be on the cover of the NASCAR Heat 5 Gold Edition. They have not released what features you're going to get with that. I'm assuming some Tony Stewart cars or something like that. And along with the game 3 days early, July 7th, if you get the regular edition, which has Chase Elliott on the cover, well then you're going to get it 3 days later, and obviously it's going to be the standard edition, so you don't get anything special. But this cover looks awesome. Like, if there's not a lot in the Tony Stewart edition, I might just wait 3 days to get this cover. I don't know why. I just love this. I love this cover because I'm a Chase Elliott fan. But it's a great cover. But you do have to wait 3 days to get it, so that's up to you. We still have to wait and see what gold features there are with that Tony Stewart gold. So not really any news on that yet. So we'll have to wait and see until it comes out. Of course, I'll report on it. Hopefully, I won't be late like at this time, but. Also, I do want to point out the kind of difference now. Instead of starting in September, which was where they usually release the games, early September, it has now been moved up to July, early July, which is like a whole 2 months earlier. So I'm not sure what this means. For me, I'm kind of worried that they maybe rushed the game, which I hope they didn't. I hope they took their time and, made the improvements. But in the back of my mind, I am thinking, are they rushing this thing? Like, that's the last thing we really need right now. But I'm sure they made some improvements. They always seem to do. But that does kind of, lurk in the back of my mind. And we'll just have to wait and see, of course, till the game comes out. But I'm assuming they might start, moving it earlier and earlier in the year as time goes on, because a lot of people have been wanting it to release in the kind of the beginning of the season, which every other video game does, or sports video game. So but we'll have to wait and see what they plan on doing. Maybe with the next gen they just wait half a year to release it in February because of the next gen. We'll have to, that's way down the line, so we don't know, but I found it kind of interesting that they moved it up 2 months. But clearly, I guess they got the game ready, and that just means we have 2 months until the game comes out. So clearly, that means there's going to be a lot of news coming out within probably the next week or two, and in the weeks leading up to July 7th. So I'll be on all of that news. So make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already for NASCAR Heat 5 news. Hopefully, they don't release it at a time I can't record until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like today. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for NASCAR Heat 5, and hope you guys are too. Let me know down below if you guys are. Make sure you leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.